Welcome to the Social Media Bootcamp day or part two. Today we're going to talk a lot about AI on everyone's mind, affecting businesses, small and large, across the globe. ChatGPT being one of the largest ones. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. What are the applications? What are the ramifications? And how is it going to affect business as we know it? How it affects things, the stuff that's coming out that they're doing with it now is just remarkable. Some of it is literally life altering. I saw something yesterday where they're actually using artificial intelligence, not necessarily ChatGPT, but artificial intelligence to rewire or reconnect signals in the brain for people that have never walked or have paralysis. They're getting movement back into their arms. People that haven't spoken, the one I saw the other day, yesterday, I think it was, a woman hadn't spoken in 18 years, and they were able to give her the ability to speak through the use of artificial intelligence, and pretty amazing stuff. Not that that's the level and the degree and the sophistication that we're looking at, not even close. We're looking at it from a real estate standpoint and from a business standpoint. How can you use it, and how is it going to be used to help further your business, further your exposure? Okay. As kind of a recap, yesterday we talked about avatars. We talked about red ocean, blue ocean, talked about niche marketing and how that market is being affected today, and how you want to stay out of the red market, or the red ocean, excuse me, if you can. The red ocean, again, to recap, being the ocean that's highly competitive, a lot of big fish in there, much bigger budgets in marketing from a marketing standpoint than you have, or at least certainly than I have. So it's highly competitive, growth is limited, and it's pretty cutthroat, hence the word or the reference to red ocean. Blue ocean, on the other side of that is, or the other, on the flip side of that coin, is when you really get into your niche. Who's your market? Who's your ideal client? And we went over the niche worksheet yesterday, went over some of the things that you get into it with it. You'll get into their likes, their demographics, their family, their education, their jobs, whether they own a home, whether they are renting, whether they want to buy a home or not. Are they ready to retire? Do they have kids? What are their likes? Do they like sports? Do they like dance? Do they like theater? Do they like concerts? Whatever. Those are the type of things that you want to develop in your ideal customer or your avatar. So the reason we do that is we then take that information and we drill down into what we call content pillars, excuse me, A, B, and C. And one would be maybe family-oriented, family or outings or events or activities that they like. One would be business activities that they like or like to partake in, or they've done in the past. And another one would possibly be future. Where do they want to go? What are their fears, aspirations, objections, concerns, etc.? So you have three different pillars that you can content market into or direct to. From that, we also touched on kind of a rule of thumb, and that is 70-30. 70% of your posts, 7% of your online presence, if you will, shouldn't be buy from me. No, it should be authentic. It should be about you doing whatever it is that you do. If you like tennis, if you like pickleball, which seems to be the latest craze, right? If you like boating, if you like fishing, if you like skeet shooting, if you like four-wheel driving, if you like, hiking, whatever it happens to be, concerts, whatever, those are the type of things that people want to see. And the reason I say that, and the reason that people want to see that and they gravitate towards that, is what we've known for years, what we've known, or we've been told for many, many years. People buy because know, like, and trust. They need to know you. They need to know you. If they know you, they'll listen to you. If they listen to you, they'll like you. Typically, if they like you, they'll trust you and they'll buy from you, whatever it is that you're offering at the time. So know, like, and trust, be authentic. Okay. So that was a recap, a little bit of what we talked about yesterday. Today, ChatGPT. And that's one of the big ones. There are several others. Don't get me wrong. In one of the slides, I have, 15 or 20 different AI engines or tools that you can use, and we'll go over those a little bit as well. But having said this, ChatGPT was launched in November of 2022. Hasn't even been a year. I believe it's over 2 billion users now, which is just unbelievable. The parameters, the things that can be done with it, as I mentioned before, what you can do with it is just mind-blowing. From advanced techniques, from computer programming, from fluency in books and translations and writing courses and writing literally manuscripts, to the simple create a post, create a avatar, as we are going to go over this in a minute, create post suggestions, post descriptions, and create artwork. You can take their recommendations or some of the words from it. You have a high definition article or a high definition prompt for Midjourney, and you can create pictures. Pictures then can be used in posts, which are gratuity or free, since they are created by you. It's not something you would have to pay a trademark on. And anyway, all of this gives you the ability to leverage your time and get more stuff out there. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. ChatGPT, again, being one of the largest ones out there and the most well-known. So the niche marketing. I'm going to move my camera out of the way there. I put it over here. How's that? We nailed down the niche and our ideal client a little bit yesterday, drilled down. And again, as I just mentioned, to get us to a blue ocean, the ideal is to get into a blue ocean away from a red ocean. You're going to have more success and a higher degree of conversion. Your click-through rates, conversion rates will be higher depending on what your metrics are that you're looking at. So having said that, and the avatar, we used ChatGPT to create a profile. I used it here, and let's see if I can go to that screen now, where I plugged in these basic parameters and I asked it to write out 10 suggested Facebook posts. And of these 10 posts, let's see if we can find what I did with it here. Where did I go with Mr. GPT? Here it is. All right. I asked it to write out 10 posts. Here he is right here with his kids, 3 kids, 2 grandbabes, right? Mr. John Lake, Grandfather Smith. Anyway, the point of all of this is it gave us 10 different posts. These posts that are listed here, post a prolific scene on his back porch, one with his kids playing. From that post, from this list of posts, what we did is I went in and put in there a suggestion that write out a detailed post description. And I asked it to do it for number 1, post number 1, which is this one up here. A scenic view from his back porch. Okay, so it wrote out a description, gave us 10 post suggestions, gave us a description, and then I asked it to create, there's our description. This took literally seconds. And then I asked it to create a picture. And the picture is here. I asked it to take this act as an expert graphic designer, artist in Midjourney, and here's my 65-year-old fishing off the back of a dock, right? So what it did is it gave me this information, which I then plugged into Midjourney. Midjourney being another one of the AI generated tools. Midjourney is an AI generated tool that will actually give us the ability to create artwork, pictures, graphs. It doesn't do so well with letters and numbers, but graphs, logos, that kind of thing. Some pretty amazing stuff. One of the photos that was on the lead photo on this presentation was from Midjourney. Okay, so I asked it to do that. This is the descriptions they gave us: post 1, post 2, post 3. There's one of the prompts that it gave us. I put that in there, and this is the prompt that it gave me back. And I refreshed it, and on the other one, the one to the left-hand side, I asked Midjourney to zoom out. So instead of being right behind him, right off the dock, it zoomed out and put him more in the foreground, or closer to the background, if you will. Pretty cool. It took me a matter of maybe 2 minutes to do this. Why is that significant? That's significant because I combine that with the suggested posts, then I get the post descriptions, then I get the prompt for the artwork. I take that prompt for the artwork, download that as a picture, upload that into Facebook as a post, take the post description, throw in the post description, and voila. In a matter of moments, I've got a fantastic post which is speaking to my audience in the blue ocean, right? Something that they're looking at, something that they're thinking of, something that hopefully is going to resonate with them. That's the whole intent, right? That's the idea behind it. And all of it is done in a matter of seconds. Well, not seconds. That's a little stretch. Matter of a couple minutes. I went from the initial post at ChatGPT to this post, and that was done in a matter of 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get the photographs as well. So 10 minutes and you got a great post. Here's the one from his back porch. And I had one with the ducks that are and the swans that are on the porch. And then I had another one where I asked it to do a variation. And the variation was they were out in the water and up in the sky. Same kind of thing. It's zoomed out a little bit, changed the variation. Depends on which one you like. But again, the same thing. You've got two pretty cool posts or pretty cool pictures that are generated by AI. You don't have to be the expert. You're not going out and buying the photos. You can also go to other free sites for free photos, and that is Pixel, which is one of the things I'll get to in a moment as well, where you can use that graphic stuff and those pictures free of any trademark and free of any fee that go along with that. So having said that, these are just a couple of the items that I think are extremely important. You can ask ChatGPT to write out blog posts for you, 1,500 word, 2,000 word blog posts, all of that. Here's our post description again, as I touched on. Mark is the one that we used to kind of model this. You can do the same thing with Kate and Tim. These are the ones that we had from yesterday's example. We talked about their avatar. Mark, in his case, he's 65 plus. He's in a 6,500 or a 5,500 square foot home, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, whatever. But he's in retirement, so he's downsizing. He's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot, single-story home. He's downsizing to a smaller home because he doesn't need the big thing, right? In the case of Kate and Tim, they're in a condo or were in a condo. They now have a child coming on the way, so they're looking for a little more room. They're looking to a move-up buyer, but it's the same house. You can market to that individual or those individuals differently based on the clientele, based on the avatar. You have the avatar, which is an individual from 28 to 49, which would be Kate and Tim, or you can have an avatar for Mark, which is 50 plus. Obviously, in this case, 65. But those are the approaches that you'd want to take in your marketing, and you drill down to it. So again, you want to be in a blue ocean, not a red ocean. The sites, these are just a handful of them, and some of them I'm really familiar with and others I am not. On the video side, CapCut's free one. Most people are very familiar with it, video editing software. Filmora, that one's, I believe, $65 a year, something like that. Very inexpensive, but it's also a video editing software. Rephrase is for those of you that are not comfortable being on camera, and there's a lot of people who are not, and that's okay. You can go to ChatGPT, and I've done several videos with Rephrase. You can go to ChatGPT, ask it to write out, or you can do your own script for that matter, but you can ask it to write out a 2-minute script using, certain keywords, give them the keywords and so forth that you want to target and narrow down to your client. Take that script, go to Rephrase, load it into Rephrase. Rephrase will then give you the option to pick an avatar, man, woman, whatever ethnicity you choose as well. And then they'll give you various different backdrops or background slides that you can put in there. I think the limit is 10 slides. It might be 8. And you put your script in there, then you put your avatar in there, and then you process it. And what it does is it converts those slides plus that avatar along with your script, and it turns that into a video talking about, the neighborhood, talking about whatever it happens to be. Home inspections, why they're important. Home warranties, why you recommend them. Those are just topics or ideas. Loomer 5 and Synthesia, same kind of thing. They'll give you the ability to create avatar-based videos if you don't want to be on there on screen. You can also use, B-roll, if you will. They call it B-roll, but for Filmora, you can shoot screens or shoot video just like this. I'm up in the right-hand corner. I could shoot the video and I could cut it and then put B-roll in there. So you'd still hear my voice, but you'd have a completely different view. You'd have a view of Dallas or a view of whatever, right? So you can do that stuff. GetMunch, VidY, and Opus Pro. All three of those at the bottom are video editors AI, so it does a lot of it for you. And what it'll do is it'll take the video, let's say you have a 4-minute video, and you load it in there, it will take it and it will automatically, or with AI generated, it will cut that 4-minute up to certain portions, whether it's a 45-second or a 30-second or a minute breaks between, and create little reels or little mini videos or vignettes, if you will. But it'll put in emojis, it'll put in color, it'll put in the words underneath, the captions underneath, with the varying colors as you speak, and the inflection. It'll let you put in sound as well, or music in the background. All of that is done through AI, and is done in a matter of maybe a minute, minute and a half. Why is that important? You do an 8-minute video. Again, I don't know why I'm using 8-minute, because you divide 8 by 2, that's 30 seconds a piece, right? So that's 16 pieces of content. You take that 16 pieces of content, and then you can repurpose that 16 pieces to up to 10 different sites. I don't know if 10 different sites would be the way to do it, but you can do that. The one that I use, it's rephrase or repurpose, which is in the lower right-hand corner. Repurpose allows you to set up a workflow, and that workflow can be, mine goes from TikTok to Facebook fan page, from Facebook fan page to Instagram, from Instagram to YouTube. And those are the only ones. So, but I have it doing those 3 cycles, if you will. And what it does is you put it on TikTok, load it on TikTok, you've done the video editing or whatever on it. So all you need to do is put in keywords and hashtags. It will then take that, post it on TikTok, but repurpose will notice and grab the post off of TikTok, take the watermark off it, and post it on all the other sites. So now you're on, 5, 10 sites, whatever it happens to be, simultaneously. So you took that 8-minute video, cut it up into 16 pieces, and took that 16 pieces, and let's just say that you distributed it out to 10 sites. That's 160 pieces of content. Wow. Talk about a lot of content. How are they going to avoid you? They're going to find you everywhere. And if the content is based on your know, like, and trust, whether you're using Synthesia or Rephrase, or whether it's a video of you, doesn't matter. It'll cut it up and it'll give you that content. So you can put immense amount of content out there and really show up. People will find you. If you're marketing in your blue ocean, they'll find you. There's no question. The center section, copywriter and researches, answer the public. Answer the Public's going to tell you a lot of the trends. You'll go in there and you can put in real estate, and it'll tell you what are the trending phrases or keywords that are being used today based on that. Uber Suggest is another one. That's an extension to Chrome. You get on Chrome, you have that extension active, and what it'll do is it'll give you keywords that are used on any individual website that you're currently on. It'll show the strength, it'll show the competitiveness, it'll show the cost for those clicks. So you have an idea of how competitive that particular word or keyword is. And it'll give you hashtags as well. Jasper is a copywriter. So if you want to write sales copy, it's a little better at sales copy than ChatGPT. ChatGPT can do it as well. Jasper is a little bit better at it. It's more defined from the written word, if you will. vidIQ. vidIQ is another Chrome extension. And what that is let's say you go to YouTube and you're watching a video, someone that's in your niche that's really competitive, and he's got or she's got a video that has 1.5 million views. What is that guy doing or gal doing that gets him 1.5 million views? I want to know, right? How do you do that? vidIQ will kind of run behind it, scrape behind it, tell you what the hashtags are, the keywords are, what are the header codes, what's the SEO model behind it that's getting it this kind of view. So you can then model the things that they're doing. So again, let's not recreate the wheel. Let's find out what's working. I'm not saying copy people. I'm saying model what they're doing. If they're getting 1.5 million or 2 million views, I'll take those views all day long. And on your website, on your blog, on your whatever, on your opt-in page, if that's the case. If you start using that stuff, you're going to drive more traffic. Again, your blue ocean, you're going to have a lot of opportunity. So that's the whole point of this. Keywords everywhere, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Syllabi is a script writer. So you'll want to write specific scripts, and you can give it directions on how to do it. If it want to be persuasive, if you want to use a PAS, pain, active in service or whatever. I forget what the PAS stands for, but GLASP is not one that I've used yet. I really like the concept of it. GLASP is, and we all watch movies. We all see our favorite clips, and everyone quotes, pretty famous "I'll be back" kind of clips from movies, right? You can put that in there, and it'll scour the internet and scour what's out there for movie clips, and it'll give you, I think it's 8 to 10-second clips from all the movies, whatever. You can go pick whatever you want. You can then use those. You can't use them as your actual marketing, but you can use them from parody, and you can use it to confirm a point, but you can't use it as your marketing piece. Watch this because Arnold says so. You can't do that. You get in trouble. But you can use it from a parody standpoint and to confirm a point that you're making in a presentation. Pretty cool stuff, though. GPT Boss, the last one, the bottom one in the middle column, that's for your back office for your business, if you will. You say you need an IT director, an HR director, you need a CFO, a CEO, you need someone that's running the supply chain, etc. You can set up whatever you need as far as your hierarchy of a business, and you can have a AI role created individual that will answer the questions. You ask them about, contract law, or talk to an attorney as opposed to going there. But let's say you ask them about HR, you ask them about IT, you ask them about some of the other protocols and some of the other things you want to do inside of the business. It'll give that all based on that AI being focused on that particular discipline. Pretty cool stuff. Midjourney, I talked about. Dell, I just realized I misspelled. It's DALL, no E, then the dash E. I have one too many E's in there. Those are all graphic-based AI, and you can give them specific prompts, as we saw some of the pictures already. You can give them specific prompts, and it'll give you some pretty vivid pictures that are pretty cool. Really neat stuff. Soundful, you can create your own sound, find a free sound that you can put behind your videos. Tone, you can create your PowerPoints, and this is all AI generated. Restream, for those of you that are doing videos or doing Zooms, like this is a Zoom. If I were using Restream, I could take this Restream video or this Zoom video and post it to my business page, my fan page, my group, my YouTube channel. I don't remember the limitation. I think it's up to 5 simultaneous streams at the same time. So you could stream it once and go to 5 places, which is pretty cool. Repurpose, we touched on. CreatorMX.com is an AI music creator. Really cool. So you can go in there and play with that. I played with it a little bit. You can go in there if you have a musical ear, if you will, and add your percussions, add your acoustic guitar, add a bass, add an organ, add whatever you want, and create all kinds of rhythms and sounds. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. And Lavender, the last one, is one that's going to check to make sure, try to help you keep your emails from finding the spam folder, or what Google calls now the promotion folder, which is a sales folder. Same thing as spam, because if it doesn't make it into the inbox, they're not seeing it. So you're not going to be seen, or they're not getting your messages. You want to try to avoid that if you can. Lavender does a really good job at that. So having said that, repurpose. This is kind of the pictorial representation. You take one piece, cut it up into 4 or 5 different things, and you can spread it out and repurpose that video multiple times. So again, you're leveraging your content, leveraging your time. You're able to get 5+ posts out immediately on all the different sites. So if TikTok seems to be the hot one today, but maybe it's not tomorrow, or Facebook is, and maybe it's not the next day, maybe it's YouTube and their shorts, whatever the case may be, you can post them in those particular areas and do them simultaneously. So you're everywhere, omnipresent, as they say. Blogs, captions, and posts. This is another picture on the right-hand side here that I created with Midjourney. And it was one that I did for an ebook. But as you can see, pretty detailed, pretty well done. It's, a couple sitting at a table. I forget the exact prompt, but it doesn't really matter. it can be used for a number of different things. There's so much that can be done with it. Blogs, blog posts, writing longer, complex writer blocks that can help you out with that. That's a lot of what AI can do. So leverage it. Don't be afraid to try it, push it, ask it, see what it does. It's not going to break anything, not going to hurt anything that I'm aware of. The whole idea of it is to get seen, make yourself seen. We touched on rephrase already. That's for those of you that are camera shy. Originality, that will take your script and it'll take your blogs or your content and score it for originality and score it whether it's AI generated. You want to try to get it and avoid the AI generation because it can be flagged that way and it's not seen. Quillbot is what they call a app spinner or article spinner. It'll rewrite your articles and get you to that 80% original or human created. Repurpose, we touched on it already. One piece can go up to 20, and I forget the cost for 20. It is a higher fee. If it's just up to 5 different sites or 5 different repurposed locations through one workflow, I believe it's $25 a month. It's different if you go to 20 sites. And GetMunch, we talked about a little bit as well. That's one that cuts up your videos. So you can take a video, break it up, take an 8-minute video like we talked about, break it up, break it in 2. So now you have 16 pieces, individual pieces of content, and take that and spread it out to up to 20. So that's 320 pieces of content. That's enormous. That's just enormous. So having said that, how does all that work? It's a lot of information to try to absorb, try to take in. It starts with the avatar. It starts with it's in the folder. So if you go to the group page, Members Direct, it's Facebook/groups, Members Direct Group, pretty simple name, right? Go there, you'll have the setup sheet, kind of a walkthrough sheet for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You'll also have a list of one of these slides that shows all the different artificial intelligence and other applications that you can use. That slide's in there separately as well. And you'll have a fillable avatar worksheet where you can put in the demographics, the work, the education, the background, the kids, the following, the objectives, the fears, etc. But that helps you create your pillars, as I touched on earlier. So it starts with who you're marketing to. Who is your audience? Define your audience, drill down to that audience, and then create 3 different marketing pillars that you're comfortable, that you associate with, that crossover with your avatar and market. And that's how every piece of article or every piece of marketing that you push out should be in one of these 3 pillars. And it should be speaking to that individual, that avatar, that cross section that you share in common, speaking to that individual from their likes, beliefs, concerns, fears, aspirations, etc. Okay, that's the whole idea of it. The second piece of it is the content creation. That's AI. It can really accelerate your job, accelerate you doing that, and the ideas that you can develop out of it and how you can get the growth. Sky's the limit. So scripts, video creation, time is money. This leverages your time. What would take you or has taken you or has taken me anyway, in many cases, creating video, creating blog posts. I haven't done blog posts in a while, but I'm not the best writer in the world. It takes me a long time to do that just because I struggle with just a small degree of dyslexia. Anyway, but it takes that time and condenses it. You can do that in a matter of literally minutes. What would take you or could take individuals hours, days, weeks, months to accomplish, you could actually do in a matter of a couple hours, like a book, an ebook. I think last month I created an ebook just to see how to do it and kind of drill into it. The 40-page ebook, it's not that big, wasn't really that fancy, but it took me about 2.5 hours from start to close, along with a cover and a picture. And so, I mean, it's okay. What do you do with that? Well, you can sell it. You can give it away. It's really more of a give it away thing. But the idea of it is just to learn it, play with it. You never know where it's going to go. Okay. How does all of this relate to real estate and mortgages? Great question. It relates to it in the sense that we have a VIP program. Our VIP program is limited because I can only take so many clients at one time, as you might imagine. But it covers a number of different things. Amongst them, the biweekly strategy calls. Hey, what's going on? Checking in, what's happening? What do you need help with? What are you working on? Weekly and daily tracking. We have Excel sheets to track your KPIs, and that's your key performance indicators for those of you that are not aware. The virtual assistants, though, will help you with some of your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts, your YouTube, your scripts, Blogger or Medium if you're a blogger. Can help you with some of your content writing and in some cases some video editing. All of that is really to try to help you leverage your time. And by leveraging your time, you get more exposure. You're out there in your niche, in your market, what your specific unique niche is, and you're going to grow your business. When you grow your business, I'll grow mine. That's the idea, right? That's the intent. So down below, you see the link, facebook.com/groups/members direct group. Pretty straightforward, not difficult. Jump in there. This video will be in there for your review. It'll be in there. It'll take me a while to get it in there. Yesterday's video is in there already. All of the templates that I touched on already, including the list of all of the AI tools and all the different sources that I listed, that's in there along with the avatar worksheet as well. So it's all inside the group. If you jump in there, jump in the group and join the group, you'll find that, and we'll post other stuff in there as well. So short of that, I want to thank you guys for taking your time out of your busy day. Any questions? Anything that has come up? I'm sure there's a bunch of them. If you do have questions, reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. Many of you see me at Champion Schools, or we've worked together before. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer any and all your questions. Okay. My contact information is there. Part 3 is tomorrow. Part 3, a lot of what we're going to go over is tracking all of this stuff. How do you keep track of it? How do you, do some of the branding, make sure you keep it make sure you work on your branding and keep it consistent. So if a client, your perfect ideal client, goes to YouTube and finds your colors, mine are, as you can see, light blue and gray, white, they go there and they find that, oh my gosh, there's something that's fire red and black and orange. Are they in the right spot? Do they know? You want to make sure that you're consistent with that. If you're consistent with the type of fonts you use, the colors you use on all the different sites, you're going to have a higher stick rate, if you will. They're not going to bounce. So anyway, short of that, I want to thank everyone for the time. Thank you so much, and make it a great day today. And if you have any questions, reach out to me and talk to me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.